Now, if you're thinking about running ads or building out a funnel, don't do it without this first step. It's called a profit projection, and it tells you exactly how much you need to spend per lead. Now, in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you why so many people are switching off their ads way too early because they're not actually realizing that they are actually profitable. Now, it's absolutely essential that you do the maths before you do any ads. Now, I'm Sabrina Wright. I've managed over 50 million in ad spend for companies like Google and LinkedIn. And now this is one of the first things that I do when a client comes to me and says that they want to run ads. So the example that we're going to use here is for my client's £6,000 offer. Now, of course, with this power funnel that they're running at the moment, they've got their offer, they've got a how it works video, they've got their 5-minute VSL video driving to their application page. And in this instance, it's just a calendar link. Now, let's see, we've got your offer worth 6,000, which means that to get 2 times return on your ad spend, the maximum you can spend per sale is 3,000. Now, you have to know your funnel metrics in order to do this. So we know that their show up rate is in line with the industry standard at 50%. We know that their close rate is slightly above at 30%, and their qualified leads that actually fill in their applications is around 60%. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to calculate their break-even application costs. Now, the formula that we're going to use are the numbers that they've given us. So their 50% show-up rate and their 30% close rate. And we're going to times that by their qualified leads percentage, which is 60%. So in order to do this math, I'm going to use my little calculator. Yeah, I know I'm old school, but we're going to do 50% show up rate times 30% close rate times 60% application fit, which is 0.09 here. So we're going to take that 0.09 and times it by the amount that they've got to spend. So we're not going to do 6,000, it's going to be 3,000. And so we're going to do 0.09 times the 3,000 that they can afford to spend, which equals 270 per application. So they can actually spend up to 270. And so you see why for some people that feels like a lot of money that they're spending. But in actual fact, if they'd run the numbers, they'd know that actually it's a lot lower than the industry standard, which is usually 350 to 400 per book call. So what we're going to do with this, so that is just the standard funnel. Like, we haven't added any extras to it. We haven't plugged any gaps or anything. So when we use our ads ecosystem, we actually start plugging in different parts of the ecosystem to fill those funnel gaps. So we've got your power content, you've got your DM funnels, more conversations lead to more sales. So we'll plug in a DM funnel, and we'll also make sure that you're handling your warmest leads objections. So we put out 7 pieces of content retargeting your warmest leads, and that's what we call our hot 7. That's what the marketing industry calls it. And then we'll also continue with that nurturing sequence on an ongoing basis, and we'll start boosting your content to those people so that we can drive people back to your application page. Now, not only does that improve your return on ad spend from the standard 2 times that we're trying to go for, we've seen people get it up to 8 and 10 times return on ad spend, and their booked calls, they're spending, they're not spending 270. They're actually, when you plug in the ecosystem, it's going down to like £20 per book call. We've even seen people with even less than that. So if you would like to do a profit projection in your business, just comment maths and I'll send you over the calculator.